Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that have been recently watching, viewing and enjoying them, and even recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. The Boys episode 4, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Boys that I wanted. I'll be honest. I enjoyed episodes 1 to 3 of The Boys, but I wasn't feeling it. Like, I wasn't excited. I wasn't like, yes, The Boys. This is what I've been waiting for season 4 to come out. I didn't get that. I didn't feel that. But episode 4 just hit every point right. It hit everything that I wanted. The Homelander development, the Stormlight development, the breaking down that essentially happens every season of The Boys, but I love it. The obvious thing that we need to talk about from episode 4 is the Homelander stuff. This is some of the best Homelander content that we've got in any season that I can remember of The Boys. The development of his character, the finally learning and understanding where he's come from, why he is the way he is, and then just getting the absolute menace that is Homelander, that is Anthony Starr. His performance of this character is one for the history books. It's one to be put up there with the Walter Whites, with the Jokers. I absolutely love and adore everything he does with this character, but just the hatred and horror on his face. You know when he goes down there that he is going to cause some havoc, but just the panning shot of when the woman is left alone in the bad room and it pans over and just shows everything that he has done. I mean, that is just horrific. But then followed by him, just the shot of him covered in blood is just like... I'm scared to see what Homelander's going to become. If he can break that psychological thriller that they have drilled into him to be loved, if he can break that, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for The Boys. Outside of the Homelander stuff, episode 4 was brilliant for just seeing essentially the demise of Starlight, seeing that they found a way to make every side hate her. She beat the absolute living shit out of Firecracker, so she's going to get hate from all their fans and supporters, but then also everyone who supports her for being a Christian. She's going to break them away from her. It's such a disgusting, awful thing to do, leak the medical records. Us as viewers watching it thinking, how could you do that to someone? But in this stupid, messed up world that is The Boys, people will just overlook it to see the fact that they hate one or another side, and it's just outrageous. And that reveal and her just losing it just from one thing to another, it was just bad to worse to even worse. Honestly, I kind of loved what all the boys were doing that episode though, seeing Butcher just get strangled out by a massive wang. But what is that thing crawling around Butcher? What is it? I'm genuinely curious and want to know what that is, because they keep showing it. It's got to lead to something because they keep showing it all the time. The developments with Frenchie, it's just heartbreaking, his story. We're seeing him finally get close to someone and feel a little bit happier. He's always the lovable Frenchie. He's always a lovely, brilliant guy. But we finally sort of saw him delve into his guilt and the reveal of it. The reveal, the way they did it with the scar on his foot was just oh man, I'm so sad. I don't know what his sort of path is for the rest of the season now, because obviously that has been sort of the forefront of it, the relationship with him and the guilt that he goes through. So I'm interested actually to see where that leads Frenchie's character, if he goes down a dark path, if he goes one way or the other, I don't know. But I'm interested to see what happens with it. I really am. I think it would be good to get some Frenchie character moments that are a bit darker. I think that'd be a really cool thing to see. Well, I'm not necessarily bothered about Huey's character this season in a way, because I don't really care that much for the whole father storyline and the mother storyline. I'm more interested in the main stuff, but at the same time, now Simon Pegg has been pumped up with V, what power is he going to have? I spoke to someone who he was saying he thought, powers are hereditary, so if Huey teleports, then surely that means that Simon Pegg's going to teleport. Who knows? I'm interested to see what happens with him, if he just turns out to be a menace and they have to then put him down. Maybe he's the guy who takes out Homelander. Probably not. but it'd be cool to see what happens with that. Like I say, I'm not massively interested in that. I kind of want Huey to get back into the main stuff, but at the same time, part of me wonders if they didn't really have a place for Huey in this season, so they gave him that storyline. I don't know. I might be wrong. But anyway, let me know. What did you think of The Boys episode 4? I absolutely loved it. I'm so glad that it's back on track in my mind, and I'm happy with what we got. Anyway, I'll see you next time on the TV Show Club.